I'm gonna bury your head in silage. Move. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back along to another episode of A Dairyman's Diary. My name is Will, and it is a little bit after 4:30 p.m. and we are just starting to get ready to feed up everything this evening. Actually, we're gonna get the ladies fed up here so we can just leave them be for the rest of the day, and then I've got some baling I'm going to try and do this evening as it goes, but we've got lots to do on that side of things anyway. But now we're in the John Deere 6410. We've just hooked up the feeder, and we're going to go and, like I say, we've got a bit of yard work to do, a little bit tidying up, but we want to get everything fed up here and done, so we don't have to worry about them moving forward for the rest of the day here. So what we'll do is just pull forward to about there. Oh, I've just stalled my tractor. There we go, we're just going to turn the wagon on. Okay, so we'll leave that to tick over into the mighty JCB. We need to tidy up the sides on the floor as well. A bit of hay to stick into here as well. Hay shed's looking nice and full at the moment. Pretty much all of our hay for this year so far is in. I don't think we're going to get any more at this late stage unless we buy some from somewhere. But given how much we've got and how much the grass and silage we've got, I'm a bit reluctant to go ahead and do that. Yeah, it's looking good quality hay actually as well. Very impressed with it all. Looks like some great stuff for us. Okay, so it's bale of hay. And now we're going to just jump off the bale fork, put it in the bucket, get some silage put in here as well. Happy days. So how you all doing anyway, folks? Hope you're doing very well. It's been a day since I last recorded. It's been a couple of days since you caught up with everything we were doing though. We have got a couple of fields of winter barley drilled up. It's all in the ground there, looking quite nice as well. Happy to get that done. We've pushed on a little bit with some harvest work. We've got almost all the headlands picked off the last field, or the last field of winter or spring wheat. However, the combine is broken down, so we're waiting for a new part to arrive for that. And so that's kind of put us in a bit of a hole at the moment as we sit and wait. But it should be, I've been reliably informed it's going to arrive tomorrow, which is a little frustrating more than anything because, well, the weather's not supposed to be great tomorrow at all. However, it is what it is. We'll try and see what we can do about that. We've probably got about maybe about 9 acres left to go, I should think, and then we'll be done. So it's a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. We're going to try and work our way around that where possible. All we need to do, we've broken an auger belt, which so when the grain comes through the thresher on the combine, it's taken up an auger up into the grain tank. That belt has snapped completely. It's worn away really. So yeah, at the moment we have grain sitting in the bottom of the thresher, and there's no way to get it up to the up into the grain tank, and then obviously out from there into the trailers. So right now we're kind of just waiting for that to arrive. It's a shame because the spring wheat at the moment's in lovely looking condition, really nice and dry. There's a little bit of straw down there, so what I might go and do is we're going to give the new Massey a try out, I think, on the baler, or the demo Massey. See how that performs really, but we'll get the rest of this all done first. Get everything fed up, make sure everything's looking good. There we go. Silage in this pit is actually very good at the moment, very good stuff. I think we're about full actually, let me just see how we're looking here. Yeah, we are. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll just tidy this up as well, because I'm sick of having lumps of silage around the yard. I need to keep it all tidy. Excellent, so we'll get this all parked up. We're going to leave the mixing wagon just to roll over for a little while longer yet. I think we'll just get that mixed in a touch more. That'll be great. Put that there. What we got now? 12,500, not 12,300. Lovely. You know what? Got a bit of unpacking to do. We've got all, as you can see, all the tractors with the cultivation equipment that's on, and they've been working hard. We've got another field. We've got a couple of other fields we're going to plough over this autumn. Hopefully, get drilled. The Massey really handled this my drill setup very well. The one area we had a little bit of not a struggle really, but it was really worked, would be in the far field just through the gateway at the far end there. It's a bit more of a hill, and we were working up the hill. So I had a little bit of a struggle there, but ultimately I handled it perfectly well. We are going to be leaving this little strip along the side here. That's going to be like just a little path for me to get through that field. What I fancy doing, what I want to do now as well, is just take off the drill and we're going to put the baler on the back of this tractor, just to see how it performs really, more than anything else. Drill on the back. There we go. Excellent. So we'll get ourselves shipped around the corner here. Could almost do getting a set of dual wheels on here as well. It's getting a little bit bogged down. On any wetter ground it really struggled a little bit just because it didn't have much of a surface area. But you know, that's to be expected. It did work very well aside from that. Really impressed with it so far. Hoping it's going to squeeze into that. Yes, it can. Wonderful. We'll leave you here. So far, we've got this tractor for about another couple of days, thereabouts. So we're going to try and put it into the baler. After that, there's not a lot of other work that we need to really test with it. We put it through some drilling, put it through a bit of the road test, so all is looking good really. But what we'll do, we'll get this all hooked off here, and we're going to get our cattle fed, and then we can come and sort out everything else. I had a couple of questions really asking about what we do with the 64. At the moment there, if we did take on the 67, it would likely be as a direct replacement for that one. I think at this stage at least we'd be looking to trade that in, so we'd have to see. But that's certainly my intentions right now. Alright, so we're going to get this all fed up then. We need to get them all cleaned out after that. We'll get that done. We'll come back to you when we're all done, ready to go and check out what the straw's like to bale. Sure does look nicer over there in that 67. Let's get this one cleaned. It's just not the same now. Okay folks, away we go. Cattle are all fed up there, they're all cleaned up and looking nice and healthy, and we're just going to go and wander down and have a look at some of this spring wheat straw actually, get this baled up. It's probably a little bit, well, it got rained on and then dried out, so it gets a little bit dirty at that stage, but it'll be, it'd still be good, some really good, decent bedding straw, that's for sure. We're going to put the Massey through its paces, get a little bit of baling done. This big baler is a bit of a challenge because it not only takes a little bit of horsepower to power the thing, but it's just heavy. That's the main thing about it, just a big brute of a thing. So we'll see how it goes, but everything else we've thrown at this Massey's worked out very well, so I'm more than happy with it. We'll have to see what we can do. We probably would look to get one, but it won't be, probably over the winter some point, so a few months away yet if we did look to trade it out. But yeah, so far so good. Very impressed with it as it's all set up here. This is the top of the range, it's kind of top of the range setup for specifications, so it's I'm not sure if we go quite as high, but sure is worth thinking about. There's the Ford left down there. So Dad broke down about about lunchtime this morning, so don't really think we've got any progress or any headway made on the part. I think if it's going to arrive, it's going to be early tomorrow at the very earliest. But we'll have to see. What we will do is just go and stop here for now, though. Can see what trouble he's got himself into. As you can see, quite a lot of straw on the ground here. It certainly looks quite thick and heavy, actually. We should get quite a few bales off here, which would be nice. More concerned about getting them baled and possibly stacked up around the shed now, and then we'll leave them. We can always come back to them later to get them actually, to get them cleared. But I just want to get them stacked up so they're a little bit sheltered from when the rain does arrive. And so this is, you just decided to stop here. I think it does drive, well it will still drive. The problem we've got by all accounts is in here. There is an auger that goes from here all the way up to the grain tank there, and that is broken. That won't pull the grain up to the grain tank as I mentioned there, so we really can't do any harvesting with it, which is a shame. We are going to try and get into this field to bale it though, so what I might do is try and move this combine somewhere out of the way. Let's bring my head down so I can see. Okay, and we'll just take it down towards the main entrance there. There's a gateway down to the road at the bottom there. We can use that one, make sure we can get nice and quick access to it. There we go, change of gear, do it better. And yeah, I think I don't know why Dad just left the trailer in the bottom there, but we'll go and move that as well. Keep everything looking a bit tidier. Excellent stuff. And that'll be us full harvest for now, at least. Unfortunately, this is all we've got left to do. We do have that field of maize that I've got a contractor ready to come in and roll with that one. We are going to be baling that maize up. We're going to chop it as we would normally, but we haven't got any clamp space left, so we're going to wrap it up into bales. So he's bringing in a big machine to do that, apparently. So that should be quite interesting to see. And yeah, and then once we have that all done, that is it all wrapped up and out of the way with. So our next challenge after that will be just to make sure we get all of our winter crops drilled. Once they're all in the ground, we're kind of looking good. Back to the cattle for the rest of the winter, really. Cows are going to be coming inside soon. Oh, I'm skidding. Go up the hill here. No, I do not want to move there. Yeah, we're able to keep the cattle outside a little bit longer at the moment because it's just nice weather. The grass is still growing a little bit, so why not keep them outside? I am stuck rotten on this hill. We'll just kind of reverse ourselves back then. Okay. And yeah, hopefully they'll stay outside for a little bit longer. They're doing well, they're nice and happy out there at least, so we'll keep them out. I imagine they'll come in probably in the next couple of weeks because the weather does look set to turn. So we'll see though. Yeah, we'll just take it how it comes. The longer they stay outside, the longer we don't need to feed them, or less time we need to feed them any of our winter feeds, so that's good. So if we do have a particularly nasty winter, or a long winter extending into kind of February, March, we've still got plenty of feed left for them. So that's what we want to aim to do, that's what we're going to strive to do at least, and we'll see how that goes. What we'll do for now though is going to park this Ford in here, and we're going to leave this right where it is. We're going to go and jump out and continue with this with this baling actually, get the massey up and rolling for that, and then we're good to kind of call it after that for the day, I think. So kind of stuck a little bit waiting, it's the way it goes at times, but we'll get everything baled up that we can here, and before you know it, yeah, we'll be all good to go. We'll be back on with the combine hopefully tomorrow. For now though, we're going to leave it here. Thank you ever so much for watching. It's been a bit of a day of doing a bit of everything really, but hey, that's how it goes really. And we'll get this finished early this evening and we'll move on. If you have enjoyed this episode, do hit that like button. If you have yet to do so, please do subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, and we will see you in the next one. So until then, thank you ever so much for watching. Do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always, but most importantly, happy farming.